So a few weeks ago, I covered in a video a tweet that broke down a Nyla Sejuani comp that gave a challenger player 400 LP by hard forcing it in rank. And after seeing people talk about how they were getting free LP by hard forcing it, I went on a quest to hard force this comp in every single game that I had on my rank climb. That's right, I hard forced Nyla Sejuani in all of my games, no matter what portal, no matter what units were given to me, no matter how many people were contesting me. I spammed this comp from Platinum all the way to Masters. Now, there really isn't much to say about this journey to Masters. I started spamming this comp in Plat 3 and right away I started getting consistent top 4s. I easily jumped to Diamond and in roughly 2 weeks, I reached Masters. It was a total of 31 games from Plat 3 to Masters, and out of those 31 games, a total of 26 were top 4s. Like, do you know how insane that is? That meant I only bought Ford 5 times. That's an 84% top 4 rate, hard forcing only one comp. I also counted my placements. I went 4th a total of 3 times, 3rd 7 times, 2nd place 9 times, and 1st place 7 times. That's a really good ratio for top 1 and top 2 placements. I do want to know that I did well on this climb from Platinum to Diamond to Masters, but I don't know how it fares in Masters, mostly because I think Master players are on a different level. The players that I played against played differently from players that you see in streams that play in Master or Challenger lobbies. Like, for example, no one was really going level 7 at 3-5. So you can just go all in on 4-1. So depending on what type of lobby you're playing in, your game plan is most probably gonna have to change. So here are some things that I just want to let you know, things that I learned when I was hard forcing Nyla Sejuani for 31 games. Firstly, your augments matter a lot for this comp. When I was going through the thread, I saw a lot of people talk about how they're saying this comp is not really that good. Like, Nyla's not really doing damage, your frontline's dying way too fast. And it's mostly people that are picking augments that don't really go well with this comp. I think ideally you'd want, of course, your 2-1 augment to be PF Pandora's items, but your next 2-1s, personally, I think it's best that you go combat augments for the next 2-1s. Ideally, you go 1 tank or healing augment and another one that is damage oriented. My favorite tank or healing augments are Healing Orbs and Cybernetic Bulk. Makes your Sejuani practically unkillable. And in terms of damage augments, I really like Red Buff and Know Your Enemy. Now, I wouldn't suggest going to healing or health augments because you're gonna have a hard time killing your enemy's board in the later stages. You're not gonna have enough damage. Now, that's gonna go hand in hand with next thing I learned, which is the fact that anti-heal is very important in this comp. Nyla doesn't really have that much damage. She doesn't do short bursts of damage. It's more of she stack damage in a long period of time. So in one round, it goes like for a while. You reach overtime like pretty consistently because Nyla doesn't really do that much damage. So comps that heal a lot are gonna give you a really hard time for the later stages of the game. So this means item-wise, you'd prioritize the 2 RFCs on Nyla, Warmogs on Sejuani, and then an anti-heal item. Ideally, it's Morelos on Ashe, but you can also do Sunfires. Although if you find Heimer early, Mechala Swarm is good enough, which means you don't really have to make an anti-heal item. You can just go Protector's Vow or any tier item on Jarvan or more damage items so that your backline is stronger and it's not just gonna rely on Nyla. Firstly, you'll really need anti-heal. Now, health management is pretty important, I would say crucial for this comp because you'd want to stabilize at 7 and then go 8. Going 8 is pretty important because you have 4 cost units that are the core of this comp. I really hate loose streaking with this comp because unless you're lucky enough to hit a 2-star Nyla or a 2-star Sejuani, your board isn't really that stable and is still susceptible to losing some rounds in stage 4 and stage 5. So you might actually just go 8 if you don't have that much health by those stages. I mentioned earlier that in my games in Diamond and Platinum, at least in my region, I'm not sure if it's the same in other regions, but no one was going level 7 at 3-5, which means you can econ up for your all-in at 4-1. Being able to all-in at the latest stage means that you will have enough gold to hit the units that you have to hit all the 4 costs, and maybe hit a 5 cost that is gonna make your board even more stabilized. That being said, if you plan on all-inning on 4-1 and people start rolling and hitting way before 4-1, you're practically screwed. So you'll have to adjust your game plan accordingly. Lastly, the starting boards that worked really well for me were Ionia Vanquisher with Jin and Set as your item holders. You can also make any board that could fit around your Cass as your item holder. So either a Noxus board where you have Cass as your main damage, you have Swain as your main tank, Samira or Nafiri or Taric, whatever it is that you can build with a Noxus board, I think it's also good enough. Or you can also do Cass carry with Cho'Gath and Renekton, and then another Invoker for your Invoker to proc on Cass. I think that's also a good starting board. Also, surprisingly, Rogues is a pretty decent board with these items. Like, I know RFCs and Warmogs are whiz on Rogues, but I had probably 2 to 3 games where I was given an early Rogue board, and even though these items are terrible on them, they gave me a win streak in stage 2, so that meant I was healthy enough for my level 7 roll down. Those are things that I learned from playing all these games, and hopefully if you go this route, these can help you for your Hard Force Nyla Sejuani journey. I would still suggest that you check out Bepo's original Twitter thread if you want to know more about what you're supposed to be doing with this comp, because, you know, Bepo's a better player. I'm not a challenger player, at least not yet. So it would be much better for you to go check out the original Twitter thread and see what Bepo has to say about this comp. I linked the thread in the description down below, so you can go ahead and check it out. So now that I reached Masters, I think that's it for me for this comp. I won't touch it until the end of the set, probably, so that I can play other units, play other boards, other comps that I can make videos for you guys, and not just this Nyla Sejuani comp. My brain will just have to adjust to looking at other units and buying other units, but I'm done with this comp. If you do go this route and hard force Nyla Sejuani, I wish you the best of luck. And hopefully you guys will reach your goal ranks before the set ends. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, comment down below what you feel about this comp. If you've tried it out, do you plan on playing it? Do you plan on hard forcing it? Do you think there are other comps that are better, are more consistent than this? Do let me know in the comments down below. I know a lot of you are new viewers, so I would appreciate it if you subscribe to this channel and help me. Hopefully we'll reach 300 subs soon. And that's it. Thank you so much. Peace. Bye-bye.